of course, when we look at NEC, there's a whole broad spectrum of industries and solutions, services, and products that you offer, and therefore you have a very broad global view in terms of how fintech is changing the world, but also how fintech is integrating in some of the stuff that you're doing, and how some of the stuff that you're doing is integrating into fintech. So we'd love to hear a little more about you, what NEC is up to these days, and especially from a fintech perspective.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Prasad. And again, great to be part of this forum. I think it's a very renowned news agency and the tutorial, and I think we are very happy to be partnering with you in terms of this initiative. Again, I hope all the panelists and the people who are listening to the whole discussion, I think they are doing well and safe and absorbing all the protocols which are needed. A quick introduction, as you briefly mentioned. So I kind of lead the finance function and supply chain function for NEC Corporation India. NEC, again, India is part of the global conglomerate NEC. We have around 28 billion of revenue globally, and we operate into multiple segments across, right? So from telecommunication to transportation to aviation to public safety to logistics. So there are multiple segments. We are present not only in India, but globally. Like fintech is again an area where we have companies operating, right? So the topic cannot be more apt, right, in terms of what's happening and the whole transformation which is happening with multiple companies around digitization, the journey which everybody is kind of going through. And the COVID has actually, I will say again, pushed that into a much alarming level, that if somebody was not thinking, they have to think on immediately. So that's where I think what we are seeing with this whole COVID and the fintech advancement which has happened, it has helped to create or to expedite the framework creation around digitization. In past, definitely there were gaps, but with this COVID impact, and where we see fintech again playing an important role, the gap or the infrastructure gap in digitization is being bridged very quickly, right? So this then gives companies like us a very good platform to start rolling some of the solutions which we have globally, get that into India, and also increase our reach. As I've said, we do a lot of different partnership with different partners in different areas. Fintech definitely is one, and banking companies, payment companies one, but we also are actually partnered in this inclusion journey of fintech by partnering with CSC, one of our partners, where we actually are also an investor, where we have taken this journey to small cities, small towns in India in form of our VLE, which are present there, and are catering to small rural areas also. And due to this transformation, which is now expedited, we see a lot of demand again coming from these areas also, that they want to be part of this transformation. They want to kind of join the journey. So I think with fintech being advancing very fast, we actually are partnering with them in a lot of different areas, and the technology which we play in, the expertise which we have around AI, blockchain, ML, all those things we are using as a combination to reach to maximum Indians. Wherever we think there is still more opportunity to penetrate, we are focusing on that.
I think, Mayank, when we look at NEC, at least from my perspective, I see artificial intelligence, I see 5G, I see biometrics as the key buzzwords, right? And I think all of these fintech and digital, mobile, millennial, the whole troika kind of comes together. So how do we kind of leverage all these evolving technologies to create a whole new paradigm for money, and how do we use fintech in conjunction with some of these technologies to benefit businesses and the society in general? How do you see that happening?
Yeah, and sure, you hit the nail, right? Means this is where the future trend is clearly taking us, right? 5G is coming. So the way we see from NEC perspective is 5G will be virtualized, right? Now the whole infrastructure which we had in 4G, 5G is at a different scale, right? From latency perspective, from the capacity, and from the security. So the combination of what 5G provides, right? And we start adding AI, big data, right, to those solutions, and then put the fintech top line to all of that. That creates a very powerful solution, right? For the future trend perspective, I will say, right? And then you get your biometric, your facial recognition, right? Think of a think like we are working, for example, on a project where you will not be required to swipe your card anywhere, right? You will just use your facial or eye contact and get access to wherever you have, for example, credit cards, right? So that's the direction in technology I think we are moving in. But for that, I think, as I've said, some very important areas will be, again, the security, the speed, and the AI, big data, blockchain. Instead of they being kind of an optional aspects, they will become a necessity in all these future applications, right? So that's how we are seeing, and that's when we also see these things advancing very far places like remote places in India, right? Where today also the speed is a challenge, the infrastructure is a challenge. So 5G in combination with a lot of these aspects will kind of provide a way forward from the technology perspective.
What's your take on the top 3 things that will change the way that how fintech will change the way we live?
Yeah, so I will start with adding one more point on currency, right? I think we've discussed stable coins, we've discussed crypto. I think one thing which I think will increase, and I think RBI is working, many other central banks are working, is central bank digital currency, right? So I think that's the area which we will have to watch and then see how it goes, because it is, I think the crypto and central bank digital currency are going to coexist. So I think that's one trend which we'll have to watch carefully, but it's going to go, and that also means the physical currency importance is going to come down, right? So that's again very clear. Again, related to that is the digital banking, right? So I see that also increasing significantly, right? Means the need of going to a bank is going to reduce a lot, and this fintech kind of, instead of competition, will come hand in hand with the bank, right? So it will be kind of a together go to market and joint go to market versus competition. So that's clearly one trend which we can see. And then, as I've already mentioned, right, the combination of 5G together with blockchain, AML, I think this is going to be the future, right? So that's clearly a trend. And together with some of the other biometrics technology, I think that's where we see things moving very quickly.
So thank you for that great discussion, and we appreciate you being here, and see you soon again.